Hey, what's up everybody? John here, and it's another beautiful day out in the garden. It's going to be a little bit humid. We had quite a bit of rain last night, or at least we had some heavy rain that came down for a little while. And so if the sun comes out, it's going to be kind of unpleasant out here. So let's get started. All right, well, something came up. I had to run an errand, but now I'm back. So let's take a look at the garden. So our Roma tomato plants here, still kind of going about the same. The plants seem to be okay, but they're just not really putting on a whole lot of red. But there are some that are getting ripe, so that is a good sign. Then our yellow squash plant, like I said last week, they were damaged and stressed out just like the zucchini were. But they have bounced back from that. We actually harvested yellow squash the day before yesterday, and we have another one that is almost ready to be harvested as well. That little yellow squash is really starting to look tasty. But I think we still have a borer that is around, because look at that. It started putting on fruit, but the plant has basically shriveled up. So what do? Then a jalapeno plant, we're gonna have to harvest a few of these jalapenos. They're looking really good, and I've been eating a few of them in the recent days, and I like them. Our carnival peppers. You see that green one there? These are more of a whitish yellow, all the same pepper, so those are pretty neat. Then our green pepper growing here, more of our Romas, and the tops of these look different than some of the others. I don't know if it's a different variety but still a Roma, or if there's just something different going on with these. You notice how this green is coming down. So I don't know. If you know what type that is, or if you know what causes that green to kind of finger over the top, let me know down in the comments. These zucchini plants, they bounced back, but they don't have any fruit on them. There are a couple of blossoms that might open in the next few days. So I don't know. These are still up in the air. Like I said, Kelly harvested all of the lettuce, and we have lettuce that have come back, so I don't know if we're going to eat it or just watch it grow. The potato plants are starting to die back, and so I think next week after, we are actually going to start to harvest those. So my mother-in-law Leela dug down into the dirt, found a small potato, so there are some that are growing. We don't know how much they are producing, but we're going to be finding out, and whatever it does produce is going to be okay. Here are our wonderful cucumber plants. The shorter ones, of course, are the pickling cucumbers. The bigger ones are the burpless, the large cucumber. We have harvested so many cucumbers in the last few weeks that it just amazes me. I think it might be slowing down a little bit, but with as many flowers, let's take a look. With as many flowers that are still on both of these varieties, we still might have a ton that grow. So we've had a double batch of bread and butter pickles that we've done. Just a couple days ago, Kelly did a double batch of dill pickles, and there are still just so many flowers that are on these plants that we might be having another double batch of both before it's all said and done. So stay tuned. Our green beans, man. So in the last week or so, there have been a lot that have been harvested. I think all total we have about 4 1-gallon bags full of green beans, And I think half of those were harvested just yesterday. And I think in the next day or two, we may have just as many, another couple of gallons that are ready to harvest. So we are, man, we're going to be having some green beans before too long. But let me show you how they have grown out onto this extra string that we put up last week or the week before, whenever it was. But if you can see down the way, it is growing out onto the strings. Now they don't just automatically grow out there. We have had to pull them out onto the string, but once they grab a hold, they just follow that and they grow out as far as they can until they can't grow any further. And so if we would have put the string out a month ago, it would be all along and full all the way up along this string, I am sure. So we will know for next time that we just need to be prepared from the beginning and get ourselves ready for what we hope happens instead of trying to play catch up with what is happening. So let's just take a look. Look at the beans hanging down through there. Still not quite fat enough to harvest yet, but it won't be long. It'll just be a couple days probably. Take a quick look at our spaghetti squash. I'm telling you, it's exciting to watch things grow. Let's look down here. There's our big one right in there, if you can see it. We started getting a little bit of powdery mildew on our leaves, so I don't know if there's something that we can easily do to take care of that, but we will we'll have to look into it. And of course, Kelly, like I said a few weeks back, Kelly planted new zucchini plants, and let's take a look here. I told you we had some rain last night. Well, it rained so hard that the mud splashed up onto the leaves. And our cabbage that we harvested, like I said, we left the bottom leaves so that we could see if it would start growing smaller heads. Look at that. We have small heads that are growing. So that is super exciting. Strawberry plants, still doing good. We have tomato plants that are just off and on, have been doing good and not so good. They're growing some tomatoes right now, but my sister-in-law was able to acquire more pepper plants this last week, a few tomato plants, and so we have now doubled our possibility of growing our tomatoes. So let's look. Most of our cherry tomatoes here have been harvested already. Our grape tomatoes are really growing well. We have a few that are going to be ripe very soon. Our cantaloupe is just starting to take over this half of the bed, but it is not producing any fruit as of yet. But this morning the bees were all over the flowers pollinating, so let's pray that we'll start getting some fruit on it before it gets too late in the season and that we're not able to get anything that we can eat. And of course, we have to take a look at our onions. I am super encouraged. We came out earlier this morning and we looked at these, and they just, oh my gosh, it just seems like if we stood here and watched them, it's almost as if we could watch them get bigger. I don't know that we could, but it seems like they are growing that fast. It took forever for them to actually grow, but now that they are growing, we are encouraged that they're going to be nice and healthy onions. So stay tuned. We'll be pulling them out at some point. We'll show them to you because wow. All right, so you guys, that's going to be it for this week. The sun has come out. It is starting to get humid. I'm wearing a black shirt. in the sunshine with the humidity. That's not a good combination, and I'm fat, so I need to get in the shade. So you guys, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet, and ring the notification bell so that you get notified with any new content, so that you will be one of the first to be able to watch it. So I'll see you guys next time. You guys have a great rest of your day, whatever day it is that you are watching this, and yeah, see you next time. Sometimes this YouTube thing, it's a lot of pressure.